All right, everyone. Welcome to Girls Runs These Worlds, a channel dedicated to women and femme-presenting people in the tabletop RPG space. I am Natalie, she, they, and I am today's narrator for our game of Babes in the Wood called Through the Brambles. Uh, with me today are wonderful players playing the kids of our delightful game. I'll give them a chance to introduce themselves. So let's start with Rosie.
It's me. Hi, I'm Rosie, Sweet Rosie B, just about everyone on the internet, she, they pronouns. I am a TTRPG performer, producer, storyteller, wearer of many hats, and I love all of them. I am incredibly excited to be here today. I will wait until we are in RP to introduce my character.
Yeah, delightful. All right, Yuri.
Hello, everybody. My name is Yuri. That is Y-U-R-I. You can find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere. I am the marketing director for Tabletop Tail Spinners, which is a channel that focuses on diversity without tokenism. I play a lot of games there. I play a lot of games everywhere. So if you want to know what I'm up to, check out my threads. Yeah.
Right, beautiful. And then Isha.
Hi, I'm Insha. I am an author newly to actual play tabletops, but I'm really excited to be here. Yeah, I write books. I watch reality TV. I am at Instagram with two eyes on Instagram. I am at Night of the Fits on Twitter because I refuse to call it by its actual name. And then, yeah, you can find me wherever you find cool people, like here. Hey, segue.
Yeah, we love our cool people here because we're all cool people here. We love our people here. All right. So that is our introductions done. If you don't know what Babes in the Wood is, it's essentially a game sort of inspired by Over the Garden Wall. So very fitting of the season if you know what that media is. Very fall and Halloween themed, and it's going to be a delightful story ahead of us. So let us jump in then. It is a crisp autumn day in the wood. The leaves on the trees colored in golden oranges and silver yellows and coppery reds, dancing on the wind that carries the chill of winter's breath. The warm rays of summer sun cling to the skies and dapple onto the wood floor. Thick shrubbery shrouds the ground, veiling the brambles that creep around the tree root and mossy stone, their berries encouraging a bite, their intentions a whisper in the shadows. The wood, one will say, is a magical place. Many hidden secrets and whimsical folk and whimsy creatures. It's also a place of strangeness, of shifting hills and roads, of places being lost and new ones being found. Some say there are things most nonsensical in nature to be found here, of things only ever seen in storybooks. Well, on this day, as it happens, from time to time, a couple of children found themselves lost within the wood. Trick or treaters, sidetracked by adventure, had been wandering some time. Has it been hours or days? As we brush through the changing leaves, coming around the bend, we hear the voices of the children perk up as the first of the two, the smaller one, comes dashing ahead, looking for a prospect of new discovery. Moth, would you like to introduce yourself and who is it that we are seeing as you come down the road?
Yeah, so I'm Ma. Uh, 6 years. She's 6 years old. She's just as the Invisible Man because Universal monsters like are her thing. She wishes she lived in a black and white world, but she loves the color as well. Um, she has on the bandages around her face. She kind of has her hair all over the place because she didn't know how to get the bandages within the hair. So she has kind of like the rustles of the leaves also in her hair, also in the bandages, also on her like clothes, but she's so happy to be within the woods, and she's looks at her older sister and she's just like, I think didn't the ballerina tell us to go that way? It was that way. Yeah, that way. And you could just see this it's like this this cute little voice come out of this excitable creature.
So as we pan from the most excitable moth still bounding on the road, even while she's pointing forward, rushing up, trying to keep sights, is her older sibling, Robin. Would you like to introduce yourself and what do we see?
Hello, it is me, the older sibling, Robin. So Robin is a 12-year-old girl who is clearly didn't put much thought into her costume. Honestly, she wasn't planning on being here at all. She's wearing a witch's hat, which is as costumey as the costume gets, and in true middle schooler fashion, just a t-shirt that is vaguely witchy with a black t-shirt with a cat on it. And that is as much effort as she decided she's going to put into this because it's something that they made her do. And she's just kind of trudging, just walking behind and trying to make sure that they keep their little sister in their sights.
Beautiful. So you're coming around the bend along the road, keeping in mind this ballerina you met earlier in your day, hours ago. Hard to tell in the woods, which throws you off a little bit, but maybe that's just the magic of the place. You get lost in adventure. But you keep the words of the ballerina in mind to keep going down this road and don't eat any of the brambleberries. All right, good to keep in mind.
But I want to. She kind of like, it's like every single time like Moth kind of like passes by one of the bambleberry trees, she kind of like looks at it and she's like, but I'm trying. Okay, fine. It's not. But okay, no. She said not to.
Come on. Just come on. If you get a stomach ache, you're not gonna be able to keep adventuring, right?
But isn't that the whole fun of adventuring, where it's just like
A
things just
stomach
kind of.
ache?
I mean, things happen, and then stomach aches happen, and then they go away. That always happens to me at school. Like sometimes we'll eat like bad, like pizza in the cafeteria, and then all of a sudden, like the cheese is so gross and nasty, and then all of a sudden, like I get a stomach ache, and then I come home, and then like it's bad, everything's bad, and then like mom tries not to yell at me about it, but it's not my fault. I have to eat the cafeteria food. But you know what? We're not. I'm not
Well,
gonna take a.
yes, but Halloween is just one night, and you don't want to spend the night with a tummy ache. You can, maybe stick some in your pocket, and if you really want to have them after.
No, I'll be good this time.
Okay.
Only.
All right. Don't run.
With the fleeting thoughts of not trying to eat the brambleberries, you see in front of you as the trees sort of break apart a colorful meadow filled with bright swaying wildflowers and tall grasses, the sun just shining, creating a glittering golden hue across it. And as it opens up and you run up through the grasses, one of you, if you'd like to give me a gander roll. So that is 2d6s plus your noodle.
All right, little kid, go ahead.
That's a 10.
10. Oh, that's a really good response. So I'm going to give you get to get two things out of this. So outside of it being a gorgeous little meadow just smack dab in the middle of the woods, you noticed right away out of all the wildflowers, there is a collection that doesn't fit. It's just a little bit different, like a different flower, maybe something more from a garden back home. And the second thing you realize is it's not swaying with the wind like the rest, it's twirling, almost dancing against the grasses and the other flowers.
Moth takes her sister's hand immediately and goes, look, 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 look. Look, look, look! Look at the grass! Look, look, look!
What?
Look, there's something.
Plants.
There's something swaying, but like it's not going. It's different. Like look at the wind, and then look at that thing. It's going.
Okay, the plants with the wind. Yes, very exciting. Very
But-
exciting.
But and then like you see her get like just absolutely frustrated, and then just like haul forward, and then like she
Wait,
just
don't run.
you kind of see her
I
like
literally just told you not to.
she's like sprinting in the grass, and then all of a sudden it's like she trips over like a little vine branch in it, and then like she just face plants, but then looks up, and then she's like, oh, where did it go? Where's
Well, as you make a face plant after the excitement of noticing something in this field that you don't think belongs, Chrysanthemum, if you'd like to introduce yourself, and what is it that they see as you suddenly hear voices and the sound of a very big face plant in your field?
I think they are going to go towards the sound of this face plant, and they part the grass to get a look at what has entered their domain. Moth would see a bunch of flowers against a pale green face, vines where hair would be, and where there is a body, because it is corporeal, there is very torn and old clothing, something that would have been found. So there is a moth-eaten sweater, haha. Some linen pants with tears and dirt all over them. Quite small. They would have the appearance of being around Moth's age, maybe slightly older. And they have glasses with little cracks in them as they part the grass. Oh, are you all right? Took quite a tumble.
wait,
Oh my gosh, it talks.
the grass is talking. The grass is talking
I'm
to
not
us.
grass, I'm flowers.
The flower's talking to us. This is awesome.
You're like awesome too.
Raven like pinches herself real quick. Okay, the flowers are talking. I think I had too much sugar. I think that's what it is. I had too much sugar. And she looks at like the bag of candy. She's like, oh gosh.
Moth like literally leans up, pinches her sister, and then goes,
Ow!
oh no, we're not dreaming. This is happening. This is really happening.
You're supposed to pinch yourself.
Oh, but you pinched you, so I thought I
And
was
you
also
pinch you.
well, that didn't happen. But
No.
hi, who are you?
I'm Chrysanthemum. I am flowers. I live here. What are you doing here? I don't see ones like you here often.
Oh, we're not flowers. We're humans. We're people.
People. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you moms?
No, we have a mom.
Ooh. Excellent. I will ask you more about that, but I want to know more about you.
Well, my name is Moth. I'm
Moth.
6 years old. I go to school. I hate it.
Wait, you're not supposed to tell her everything, Moth. It's a stranger.
Well,
Remember?
they wanted to know about us, so
We're
I
not
wanted.
We know names, not strangers.
Yeah.
What's your name so that we're not strangers?
Mm. I am. Fine. I'm Robin.
Robin, like the bird.
Yes. I
Ah.
suppose, like the bird.
I like your names. They are good names.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. So where did your name come from? Why are you living here? What is like are you like a human like us, or like no, you're a plant. You said you were a plant. Wait,
I am flowers. Yes, I am chrysanthemums.
so why do you live? But I have so many questions. I don't know which one to ask.
I mean, it makes sense. Plants live where there are lots of plants, right? And there's lots of plants around us.
Wait, so do you not have a mom?
You
I don't know
ask
what
that
one
to a
is.
stranger.
They
I
said
know
that-
the word. I just want
Muff.
to know what it is. I don't think I have one.
Well, our mom Well, she's kind of like a bigger adult, like bigger than Robin, like kind of bigger and
Like a
louder.
I am
tree.
an adult.
Yeah, like a tree, like a
Okay.
tree. But um, yeah, our mom kind of looks like Robin.
Oh,
I do not
interesting.
look like our mother.
You kind of look like mom.
That is not true.
I mean, it kind of is. We have the same nose, also the same eyes, also the same lips, also the same face
Oh,
shape.
well, we're all related. Of course, we look a little alike, but you know, I. Okay, enough talk of moms. Um, so, I mean, you don't look too dangerous, I suppose. You're a little shorter than me, so. Okay. You're not poisonous, are you?
I
Poisonous
don't
plants?
think so.
Okay.
No.
Do you
You
want to
don't
come
look
with us?
too convincing. Wait, you can't just. Okay.
Well, where are you
That's fine.
going? Because you came here. Is this where you were coming to, or are you going somewhere else?
Um, well, the ballerina said to go that way, so we're kind of following what she said. Um,
Huh.
yeah, but maybe since you live here, like you can help us if you want. No pressure, but also some because we don't know where we are.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's actually not a bad idea, Moth.
sometimes I have good ones.
Yep. I
I
suppose
can
you do.
help. I can help. I would be happy to
So
come with
then,
you. I've never left the meadow, though, so I don't know how helpful I can be. But I'll
Well,
do my best.
Okay. Never mind, we're back to square one.
well, it could be an adventure for everybody. This is kind of a really cool place, and like, look, we met a really pretty flower
Oh,
person. Yeah, so they can maybe help us. I think we should all hang out together and figure out a way to do stuff and be friends.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, but promise not to run? No more running.
I
I don't want to run.
I
But if you
will.
run, I have to run after you.
Well, I mean, I will make semi promises that I don't think I can keep, but I promise that I will um
Try.
try.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's something at least. Sure. You can come along.
Yeah. And then like Moth like holds her hand out to Chris and she's just literally like, um, can I call you Chris?
yes, I actually quite like that.
Okay. Would you like to hold hands so that we don't get lost?
And they will hold out where there would be a hand. It's kind of just like a flat sort of leaf shape, but they look and like examine Moth's fingers, and the leaf shape creates little fingers that they can then hold with.
Moth
That's so
is
cute.
just Moth is freaking out. Like this is the best day of her life.
Okay, well that's actually kind of cool.
Oh, thank you. I am rather cool. I'm not warm like you. You are very warm compared to me.
Yeah, I think that's what they call like circulation,
Oh,
right?
that's a big word, Moth. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's called.
we
Look
learned
at you.
we learned that
All
last
right.
week. It was a day, but we learned that last week and it was really cool.
I guess having you around won't be too bad. Yes, I suppose I will just call you Chris as well.
Thank
Um,
you.
your name's a
Moth,
little long.
Robin, Chris.
Chris.
All right. So, what direction were we going?
Um, that way.
You're sure?
Oh well, it's still the way that the ballerina said, so just that way.
All right, and no running. Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
try.
so the three of you push forth, two of you hand in hand, as you breach into the wood once more. Uh, I would like, I would like Chris to give me this roll. It is the wood move. So please, just for now, roll me a 2D or 2d6 and tell
Mhm.
me your total.
9.
9. All right.
9.
So you prance forth in a direction that, I mean, for you, Chris, you just were told by your new friends of where to go, who were told by another new friend, which maybe one day you'll get to meet. So you happily go in the direction, but you quickly find you remember that the trees sometimes shift at the edge of your meadow. Sometimes things change. And you do experience that twisting of the wood, and there's just a little creeping in the back of your mind that you're going to miss something. That there's something you're going to miss back home in your meadow. What is it you're going to miss there?
Oh, if we're heading into the woods, I'm going to miss sunlight.
And you can find this in either Moth or Robin.
I think right as we pass through the edge of the trees, Chris is going to look back towards where, like, is it like evening? Is it night?
For your time in the meadow, you've only ever experienced the day.
Oh.
It's always been warm and that slight early turn of autumn, and that's all you've ever experienced in your meadow. But in the edges of the wood where the meadow turns from grass to thicket, it's really dark.
Oh. Again, I think Chris is just going to pause and look back and then look at the brambles and look back. I've never been where it is dark before. I think
Never?
I'm feeling a new feeling. And they're like going to like where a heart would be. Just sort of like there's a sensation there. They've never felt fear before. And there's just that little bit bubbling up within them. And they will grip Moth's hand just a little bit tighter. Not painfully, just a little bit of tension there.
Moth kind of like stops as soon as they stop and then kind of turn back and goes, "Wait, what's wrong? You don't want to walk anymore?"
I want to walk, but my feet seem stuck.
"Oh, well, whenever my feet get stuck, I try to like lift one and then I try to lift the other. And then like you keep going, but that doesn't seem to work right
Oh,
now."
it is strange. It is
"What?
a feeling that is not close to happy. It is not close to warm.
Oh, well, what are you well, hold on." And then like Moth kind of like turns in front of them and then kind of resorts back to something that she learns from school, especially like as a young kid who like has a lot of emotions like herself. So she's like she turns to Chris and kind of goes like, "Do you want to sit down with me?"
Oh, yes, that seems pleasant. That seems nice.
"Okay." So like and then Moth kind of like scoots like sits down immediately in the dirt, crosses her legs, and then like looks to Chris and then like goes like hold like kind of like still keeps holding their hand and then goes, "Well, what are you feeling?"
I am feeling that I will miss the sun. And that makes me not happy. And it makes me not want to go forward, even though I want to adventure with you. I think that is exciting, but there is like a not happy exciting happening.
"Hmm,
That
that
makes
makes
sense.
sense."
I don't have the word for it.
Well, I mean, I suppose new things are scary sometimes.
Scary.
Yes, like, oh, I don't know. Um, yes, like they feel not good, but that's only because you don't know what it is and you've never experienced it before, right? But the
Yeah.
woods, I mean, they're you gonna come back to your meadow and you know and they feel sunlight again. It's just if you've never left your meadow, then you've never been under the trees like this, so it's new. And new is scary sometimes. But
Scary.
yeah,
That is the word, I think. Yes.
I mean, I suppose if you still want to come,
Oh, yes, very much. Very much so.
okay.
We could go slowly. Like we can kind of like do the thing where we put one foot in front of the other, but then we kind of just like walk super slowly, and then once we walk super slowly, then like maybe you'll have like, not the scary feelings, but the good feelings, especially because like we're new friends. And I think it helps not to have scary feelings, because you have friends to help with the not so scary moments. So I think we can do, if you want to, no pressure, but if you want to, we can like do this together.
Yes, less scary with friends.
That's scary with
Yes, and maybe, I don't know, maybe you'll find some stuff that you like that you didn't have in your meadow because you know,
Ooh.
you've never been outside of it. And you can't find those really cool things if you don't, you know, go through some of the scary ones, I suppose.
All of this makes a lot of sense. Okay, not
Of course it
scared.
does.
So with that, for Chris, because you first turned to Moth to confide in, you get a +1 to that friendship.
Aw.
So you add that bonus. And with newfound confidence and learning a new word, you continue forth along the path, not quite seeing the brambles that have crept up behind you over the talks of fear and feeling of not happy. But you push forth, and after a few moments, you hear frustrated caws just sort of off to the side, but still a little bit ahead down the road. And it's like,
Is bird?
Does that
sounds like a bird. Maybe a crow or a raven first comes to mind.
okay? Slowly, slowly, slowly. Um, don't run, Moth.
Oh, who's got
People,
us?
you don't know if it's dangerous or not, and we can't see it yet. Okay? You just started your adventure. You don't want to get hurt right away.
But
Um, just yeah, let's walk forward slowly.
okay.
And Robin will probably try to like put themselves in front of Moth and be the first one to get into sight of whatever it is.
So as you go first, Robin, and the trees break once more, you see before you just sort of a bed of just, brush lush green vine on the ground, but perched up on a broken tree stump is a rather unusually large raven, maybe only a foot shorter than you in its height. And it is wearing a powder blue kind of necktie and is sort of cawing and screeching towards the ground. And he's just flapping about, and she's like, my
All
goodness!
right. Oh well, if the flowers talk, why not the animals too? Hello, Mr. Bird. Are you okay?
And startled, he hops up, wings flapping, feathers puffed up in all directions, and sort of turns his head to spy you. It's like, oh, 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 excuse me, as he fluffs down his feathers and adjusts his little bow tie. Yes, hello, hello. Sorry, I've dropped my hat mid-flight, and I just can't seem to get at it. Oh dear, as he sort of bobbles his head a little bit. Oh no,
Oh,
I must be a gentleman, of course. I am Mr. Edams. How do you do? And he goes to like pull off a hat, but it's not there, so it's just a miming of it before he comes back up.
what a polite bird. Okay.
Where'd your hat go?
Oh, it's somewhere under the ivy. It matches my delightful little bow tie, you must know, so it's a nice powder blue, but I can't seem to spot it.
And you're sure it's around here?
Oh, most indeed. I saw it fall right with my very, very eyes, and I tried to follow it, but I'm afraid
Yes,
I
well,
might be a little too big, or my feet just not the dexterity to move the vines. It's quite. I get pricked a lot on my beak when I've been pecking around.
I'll do it.
yes, I suppose this could be the first of your adventures, Moth. You get to help the Sir Bird find his hat.
Yay! I love that for me.
Just
You
be
don't
really
look like a
careful.
moth. I've seen moths. I've had some friends that are moths. You don't look like a moth.
Well, my name is Mothica, but I shortened it to Moth because I thought it was nicer.
Oh, that is delightful. Moths are quite fuzzy. I do like their fuzziness.
My hair's a little fuzzy. Do you want to see it?
Oh, and he flaps a little bit off the tree trunk to get it over the ivy. And of course, he is now bigger than you. So he starts like, you feel the nuzzle of the beak. It's like, oh, yes, you are quite soft. Not this,
Yay!
though. And he like pats like a beak against your cheek. It was like, that's a little more smooth, but you're warm.
Oh yeah, that's skin. That's
Oh,
from the
yes.
circulation.
I do have some of that. And he lives up kind of back and forth between his feet. Well, if you could most certainly help me find my hat, I'd be much appreciated.
And Moth kind of like looks at the ivy, but then kind of like there's something like that she wants to ask, but she doesn't know how to ask because it's kind of like one of those things where it's just like, I don't want to offend anybody. Where it's just kind of like, is this poison ivy or is this regular ivy? Is there such thing? Is there such thing as a difference? Chris, do you know?
Oh, there are a lot of ivies, yes.
This
This
one poison?
Oh no! Can you tell if the plants are poisonous?
Well, you can most certainly tell by the leaf here. And and he sort of like opens his beak and lets out his tongue to lick it. It's not itchy on my tongue, so I think that's okay.
Sweet. And then like you kind of see like Moth like immediately just dive her entire body into the ivy. Just needed confirmation that it was not poison.
Okay. Let's see what would be a good role for this. So for you specifically, we can do, I guess it'll be take another gander so you can find the hat. And if anyone on the outside, they could always do a team up with you to help you out.
Ooh, okay.
Robin will turn to our new plant friend, be like, "Well, do you want to help Moth? You want to be part of the first adventure?"
Oh, sure. That sounds fun. And I am plants, and that is plants, so maybe I can be helpful.
There you go. That's a good way to look at it. And Robin will just walk over to the edge of the thicket, like there's a big smooth rock or something, and she'll just sit and be like, "Oh, nice sitting down. What a break."
And it is a very nice, cool, like feeling on your butt. Very
Yeah.
well formed rock.
Because she's been chasing around Moth, and she doesn't want to admit it, but Moth has more energy than she does, and so running around, she's like out of breath a little. She's just like, "Oh, this is a great idea."
All right. So
I
Moth,
guess-
what was your total?
I rolled a 7.
A 7. Okay, and with Chris helping from the outside trying to measure that, you get to choose or roll one of the die if you want to. But you must take the new roll.
Ooh. Okay. So I roll again, right?
You roll one of your dice again. So if you
Okay.
have one that's like really low, you can choose to re-roll that one.
Oh no. Okay. Oh god, what was it?
And it'll be plus your noodle. I forgot to say that.
Oh, I don't have anything in the noodle.
No.
There's none up here.
Then you flat roll. Hey, twins.
So gonna be 9 then.
9. Okay. So you get to choose what we're seeing here. So we can infer something important about what's living here. Notice an item you have piqued your interest, which you're looking for the hat. Um, or notice something dangerous.
Ooh. Would I be able to notice something dangerous, but I could see the hat in the vicinity of the danger,
Mhm.
but kind of like grab onto the hat and be like, "Got it." And then all of a sudden like look probably through the vines and then like see what dangerous creature there is and like be like, "Uh-oh."
Yes, so you do see clearly, bright against the green brush, that powder blue coloration of the hat that matches our new Raven friend's bow tie. And you do see that maybe the reason why it was so hard for him to try and find it from above and reach it is there's these really thick, thorny branches that sort of wrapped around it.
Moth absolutely like hurts herself.
Oh.
Literally like tries to kind of like pull it, pull it, pull it, and then kind of like pulls it so hard that like she lands on her butt, but then like her arm would like kind of I like realistically her arm would get scraped by some of the thorns. And but she would be like, that's fine. And then like kind of like puts on the hat just to keep it safe like on her head and just like look at her arm and be like kind of rub it to the point where like because some of her teachers would like tell her if you just rub it a little bit then like it won't hurt as much
Yeah.
and like these things are starting to hurt because it's like cuts.
Mhm.
So like
So, with that description, then give me another roll with your noodle for brace yourself against harm.
there's nothing in that brain. 7.
7. Okay. So you can either decide if you do recognize that this harm is coming, but there's going to be a complication, or you can take the harm, and doing so renders the source temporary inert.
um I think she'd probably take the harm, but just know that there's like complication moving forward. Like I think she's kind of just like, oh, I got bandages on. Skip, skip. And then like kind of does that, but knows that that's a temporary fix. It's
Yeah.
not, the end all be all. Nothing in that brain. Just pure action.
Right, so you come out with the scrapes, you have the hat on, and as you pop up, you do hear the caw of the crow in excitement as our other two friends also see the hat pop up. It's like, oh, jolly good, you've got it! And he starts flying over, perches back up on the stump. It's like, oh, you're well in there, as part of the complication is you don't see that a lot of the roots, even the ones that don't have the thorns, are now sort of crept up around you and almost trying to keep you from going too quickly through their little thicket.
Oh no.
Oh, you found it. Oh, wow. You actually found it.
Yeah, and then, like, she tries to take it off, and then she kinda tries to move, and then she's just, like, kinda trying to, like, kick her leg up, and, like, kinda jerk in a way, and
Oh,
she's just like, Robin?"
yes? She's yelling from like the other side of the, she was sitting on a rock this whole time.
Yells a little bit louder, Robin! Robin!
Yes, I
I
see you have the hat.
I
That's
can't
awesome.
I can't move."
What do you, do you get yourself tangled up? Okay. Okay. And she
"Robin
stands and she starts walking over to you. Oh,
and, like,
you got yourself cut too. What did
"Robin,
you do?
it's starting to hurt a little bit."
Oh, Uh, here. Then she'll take some more of the bandages from around your head.
Robin, can I?
I don't think we have anything.
Like you kind of see like Moth like start to like kind of just like Robin.
But here, let me help pull you out of the vines first. Yes? Let's get out of here first.
Robin,
Okay. Here.
my
I know. I'll get your foot out. I'll get your legs
Robin,
out.
if you'd like to make a talk it out roll in this moment as you are consoling your sister, it will be your 2d6 plus mush.
2D. Oh my god, I got a negative in that.
Oh no.
Like, she's not usually so gentle. The only reason she is right now is because like she can see that she is actually hurt, right? It's not like a pretend game like she does sometimes. It's like, let's play doctor, and I'm like, no. So that is a 4 to that's a 6 minus 1.
6 minus 1. So you get an XP for that. So mark an XP.
Gotcha.
But whatever you had in mind, you carry on with it against your better judgment.
Okay. So I tried to pull her out of the thicket.
Right. So you give it a couple good pulls before you do the final like straining one. And given the low roll, I'll say for you, Moth, because you've described trying to avoid that harm and having scraped already, you will get 1 harm.
Okay.
But you are dislodged from the roots, hanging on desperately to the hat as sort of ready to tumble off your head again.
You kind of like see her almost like want to scream, but because like it absolutely like scraped like the thorns like scraped her leg a little bit, so she's like and then like when like her sister pulls her, she's on the ground, she's like holding on to the hat for like dear life because like she's just like kind of scared but like not really, but then she looks up and looks around and she like knows that she's okay, that she
See
just
here.
goes, yay.
Here, see, you did you did so good. You found the mister's hat. You completed your first adventure. And she's like struggling for words because this is not what she does, right? And you mentioned earlier, right, that remember when we were talking about the berries and the tummy ache, right? Sometimes in adventures you get hurt, right? But you completed it and you did the thing. You have the hat, right? So now the last thing you have to do, right, is you have to put a brave face and you have to give Mister his hat. So
I feel like Moth would like listen to all of her words, know that she's like, it's so funny because it's not funny to Moth, but it's kind of just like she knows that like she's trying, and it's like she like their relationship is so like odd that it's kind of just like she sees that emotion where she could just see the strain.
She's struggling real hard right now. Oh yeah, this is not a thing she does at all.
So she kind of like takes the back half of what she says, even though she appreciates even in her like mind, because like she was really hurt and her sister came to her rescue. She goes, okay, thank you so much for coming when I called. Nobody does that, and I'm happy that you're here. You're a good sister. And then like literally like boops her stomach because like she's that high to her, and then she goes over to like the like crow and goes, here you go, here's your hat.
Oh, quite delightful. You were so brave getting in there. Oh, it was quite entertaining to watch indeed. And he like lowers his head and gets the hat on. It's like, oh, quite so, yes. Ah, well, I guess I suppose I must offer you something for your help, as one does, as most certainly does when help is given, so help must be also given. Yes.
You don't have to. It was just really nice to do something nice for somebody,
Ruby's
especially
like, no.
a crow.
Let's see what he's gonna offer.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
maybe we'll get something cool. What? Yes.
Let's see. What could I possibly offer? And he sort of like pats his tie and shuffles around a little bit. It's like, oh, well. And he dips his beak underneath his wing and he pulls out a feather quilled pen that was just sort of hanging out in there. He's like, I don't know how much this will help you, but you have very good looking little front feetsy hand. Are they? It's hands, isn't that? They're called hands on you?
Yeah.
We are hands.
All right.
hands.
And then you'll hand the quill over. It's like, I'm sure you might need to write something at some point. I'm sure it'll be quite good. Now, you all seem very young to my perceptiveness. So, are you happen to be
I'm
lost?
actually 12.
Oh,
I'm in middle
that's-
school.
That's a double-digit number, that is, yes.
It is a double-digit number. Yes, actually.
I do love that, yes. Well, but are you lost?
She looks at Moth. Are we?
Well, the ballerina said go that way.
I don't know if I've ever seen a ballerina, and I don't know what that way is, as there's always a that way.
Well, she said straight, and she said that way. So I believe her. She was very, very nice, and she had a little crank on the back. And then when we cranked it, she kind of did a that way.
Is it shiny? Is he like gets like excited? Is it
Oh.
a shiny cranky?
Oh wait, and then like she like kind of goes to her sister and like nudges her down to her level.
What happened?
Is it true that crows like shiny things?
Oh, yes, they love shiny things. Why?
Is this crow gonna eat our friend?
Oh. Just tell him that it's not shiny, and then he'll lose interest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just go.
Okay. Not shiny, not at all. Kind of gross looking, rusty.
Just covered in dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Tarnished metal is not shiny. Oh,
Yeah.
and his feathers
Nope.
deflate. Well, I think whatever this ballerina is, I'm not sure I know what a ballerina is, but whoever they are, I suppose you can keep that direction of that way, not this way or here they, or up way or down way, but that way.
Okay.
So
the same way we were going?
that way?
Okay, so helpful, Mr. Bird. I suppose we keep walking then.
Oh, you'll find
where
what you're
did
looking
Chris
for.
go?
The woods change all the time.
Thank you for the pen.
Oh, you're welcome.
And
Thank you for finding my hat.
Robin's gonna look around to see if they can find Chris, if they're still in the thicket somewhere.
Chris is, in the language of plants, chastising the thorns for hurting Moth.
Oh,
All right, I need to know what this conversation is. Let's bring it up.
please.
Chris, what are you saying to this ivy that isn't going to respond to you?
To the other two, it sounds like wind through leaves. Chris is just
Rustling.
Sort of, it is a rustling sound, yes. Their petals and their leaves are all bristly and like shifting in the wind that isn't there. They are like pointing with their new hands, giving a stern talking to. That was not very nice. There was no need for that. You don't need to be tricky around us. She was just doing her best to help someone out. Why did you hurt my new friend? That was very
Mind your pointing.
I will not mind my
Dare
pointing.
come
You were
into
pointing-
my
you were
meadow and
pointing
point
first.
at me.
You were very pointy. Look at all your little pointy
I was
things that
just
hurt my
resting
friend.
here. And then this weird shadowy bird thing comes, drops their magical hat thingamajig in my little ivy. No! And then they stop in my no!
Well, if you didn't want the hat, why did you grab onto it so hard?
I wanted it dropped on me. I get to keep what's dropped on me, Finder Skippers.
You don't even have a head to wear a hat.
It becomes the mulch, doesn't it?
Okay, that is a very fair point, but still.
Also brings a
You
little
are-
color. I'm all green here. What's a girl gonna do when she doesn't have a flower?
You don't know. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Thank you for recognizing that.
Oh, no flowers. There's no sunlight. You need to go where there's sunlight. Maybe that's how you get flowers.
Maybe. I don't even know what the sun is.
Oh, you poor thing. I am so sorry.
Make a friend roll.
I love how like we can't understand what's going on.
That's
And
probably
we're
like
just
the
looking at them
Okay,
like,
yeah.
down.
okay.
And they're like, what is you doing?
So roll 2d6 plus mush.
Oh, yeah, I'm good at mush. That is only a 7.
Only a 7. So you hear, Chris hears the slight hesitation. She's like, son. I mean, I grow in the shade and I love giving shade, but. And then only the feeling, because she can't look. So you get the feeling that she's like pondering your flower essence. It's like, well, you got a flower. Can you just give me a flower?
Oh, if I give you one of mine, I don't think it'll last very long, but I'm happy to if you really want one just for like just to hold, just to give you a little bit of color.
Oh my, that would be quite delightful. Yes. And like to everyone else, you just see like this vine start creeping up and curl and then sort of whip around the little flower and just the ever lightest pluck. It is quite pretty.
Yeah,
Quite beautiful.
when Robin sees like the vines come up, like she's getting ready to like yank the wood child out of there. Just like
Nope.
no, nope. Just menacing plants. Not today.
And I'm Ivy Vera, by the way. So if you
Ivy-
ever, I got quite the wide network, quite wide connection. So if you ever need anything, if you're just tramping around, just let me know. And make sure you don't step on me because we're going to backtrack hard. Backtrack
Okay.
hard. On me.
Okay. Oh, of course. I am Chrysanthemum. They've been calling me Chris or Chris, which I actually quite like. We will be sure not to step on you.
Great. That's all I want. Is nothing falling on me anymore. I'm tired of being fallen upon.
Okay, I will relay that. And then nothing. Well, I can control all of the wood, but for us three, we will now know not to let anything fall on you.
Beautiful. And like the flower is like nestled and there's like a little bit of a wrapping up to create like a vine-like vase around it.
Yeah.
Chris,
Oh, Uplifted.
you okay?
Yes. I was talking to the ivy. She doesn't like
You
when
were
things are dropped
talking
on her.
to it.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a plant as well, I suppose. I
we
suppose
speak-
that makes sense. Okay.
Wait,
All
They
right.
wanted to
And
keep because it was colorful. They wanted color, so I gave them some of mine. They say not to step on them anymore. She doesn't like it, so just be careful where you're walking.
the plant doesn't like it. Okay. Yeah. We won't step on you, lady. Okay.
And just ever
Come
so
on,
slightly
Mom.
see like a shiver across
Little
the ivy
happy
leaves.
little.
look at this thing.
All right. Well, away from the thorns. You too, Chris. Get out of the thorns.
Whoop. Moth, you were a hero.
Well, you were too. You talked to the plants. That's really
You saved
cool.
the hat.
Oh, we got a cool feather. Wait. Like we got like she takes out the pen and then like she gives it to Chris and then goes, "Can you like if you want Oh, no, don't lick that. That's the pen, that's the ink side. But you can use your new hand to like write stuff.
Right.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Wait. Yeah, you're a flower. Um we can teach you how to write.
You can
We-
keep and show me how.
Yeah. Like when we get out of here, we can do that. That's gonna be fun.
That is very
We.
fun and exciting. Yes.
Okay.
Also, does this hurt when they pulled the the flower out? Are you
Oh,
gonna
just
be okay?
a second. Yeah, it's fine. And like another little bloom is already like starting to bud.
See like Moss face just like ignite and like happiness is like, oh my god, they're gonna be okay. They're so awesome. Oh my god. Like just admire it.
All right,
Want
well,
to hold
let's get
hands
away
again?
from the thorns. Yes, actually, that would be better. If you keep holding hands and walk in front of me where I can see you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. You ready to go, Moth?
Yes, yes.
I will take that. She just started walking, and I'm like,
Yep.
I'll take that as a yes.
Leaves her sister behind.
Yeah. And then as they're
You know,
walking, she's going to be like thinking, like feeling really bad
Mhm.
because she's going to think back on when Moth said, "Oh, you came, you're a good sister," because she feels so guilty because she really didn't want to be here with Moth, right? Like their parents like made her like it's like go take your sister out. It's Halloween, right? And she was hoping she'd get to like go out with her friends this year, her new friends. Um, and so at the beginning, she felt a little bit like mad, not at Moth, but at the fact that she couldn't be with her friends. And so now, after Moth says that, she feels really guilty about it. And so she's just like thinking about that as they start walking again.
All right. So you continue along the path, contemplating the words that have just happened, what transpired, walking down the road in the direction you were pointed to, still ever strong. We'll do a slight cutaway as we look back to the raven with his now slightly scuffed up hat upon his head and shuffling of tie as he hops from the log over to the edge of the thicket to where some brambles have curled their way around and densed up. And he sort of looks like he's listening to something, his head turning. He's like, "Oh, well, you make a hard bargain. I do like your berries." He sort of makes a sad caw before we cut back once more. The road, still fairly large. It is a little dark, not pitch dark, not night dark, just a shaded dark. There is some dappling of sunlight that pierces through the canopy up above. Again, those bright autumn colors, sort of reflective in the air, giving a sort of whimsical glitter to your space. You hear the gentle wind rustling them, and you get a slight scent. For Chris, it's not familiar. Mm, maybe it might be the first different scent since leaving your meadow. But for our two children, at least our human children, it almost smells like something baked, like a baked good, something sweet, almost like a maybe blueberry, raspberry. Definitely something baked like a pie, maybe. And as you realize that scent triggering the grumble in the ones that can eat that kind of food, the road opens up and you see this sight of a quaint little village. And as you observe it and take it in, you see what you initially think is wood cabins, but no, these cabins are made of twigs and straw, but built like a cabin with thatched roofs that look like they're made of blades of grass, but bigger than what they should be, but still a little smaller than a house. It's odd, but it's something. It looks like a home. And you see these different shaped twig houses through the place, and it is very much structured like a village. There's little fences that are tied up with little kind of like a woolen, almost felt like material of rope of these little stick fences. There's a dirt roads that lead up to the different houses of these rounded doors, roughly painted in hues of reds and blues and oranges. And as you walk down the road into this village, You most certainly smell that scent of pie, the scent of baked goods and berries, sweet and heavy, hanging in the air. And you walk around and you realize that as you observe the village, the people you're watching, they're not human people. You can look at one that starts walking by, and you see as their head turns a little bit, a long, cute little mousy nose and two little mouse ears popping up, the fuzz brown gray and shape of a typical field mouse, but she is up on her legs and she is wearing sort of like that Victorian farmer outfit. So the A kind of skirt reaching the ground, bit of a bodice and a coat. She has the puffy white shirt that pokes out from the top and the sleeves at the bottom of her shawl, which her shawl is all moss covered. It's like a little moss shawl with little yellow flowers in it. And she has this wicker bonnet made from grass and some little pieces of leaf and flowers sticking up in little like ornaments of berries, like blueberries in it. And she turns and peers at you. Her nose wiggles a little bit. And she's like, "Oh my! You're new faces in here. Oh my goodness."
Hi, hi. I'm Moth. This is my big sister Robin. This is my best friend Chris. Um, where are we? Who are you?
Oh, well, for where we are, you're in Berryfaire. As for me, my name is Miss Maisie.
Um, Berryfaire? Is that, I suppose, the name of your little village here?
Yes, this is where I live. My house is here. My friends all live around here, as she like gestures wide to the village. And as you take more and more in, you're seeing all these celebratory decorations of berries and leaf and flowers and like the blues and oranges, just decorating like garlands around the street down to the fur fair where you can catch sight of what must be the square. And there's little vendor stalls set up and almost like there's some sort of celebration, like a better sense of the word, a fair in Berryfaire.
Oh, well, it looks like there's an event going on.
Oh, yes, it's our seasonal Berryfaire because we are Berryfaire.
Is that where the smell of the pie is coming from?
Oh, yes, we have a very serious oh my goodness, my words. It's been a frustrating day. We have a very serious competition for the best baked pies.
Can we be judges in the pie competition, please? Pretty please, with
Hmm.
sugar on top, please.
Well, I'm not the one that decides that, but maybe we
Oh.
can ask Mr. Marble. He's been working hard to organize this year. He's been very, very working hard. He just wants to be well appreciated and recognized for his work, so he's been going all out. Yes. And you see her kind of nervously look back at her home into she has like a little garden patch that's just all berries ready to be picked. Um, yes, but I can go introduce you, but I won't be able to stay long. I'm missing my berry pie recipe. So I got to see where it was. I think it fell in my garden.
Oh, do you want me to get it?
Oh, I don't want to trouble you, no. And her little like mousy paws are just going like, oh no.
Well, I could get it if you want me to get it. I'm good at finding things in like area. I found like a
What is?
cat.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Does your garden have thorny plants?
oh
We've just
heavens,
dealt
no.
with some of those.
No, no, no. I take very good care of my garden. It's only the best blueberries a little mouse can find. And she says little mouse, but in comparison to our group, she's about 2 feet tall, 2 to 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
So they're quite large mouse.
Okay, well, I suppose as long as there's no thorns in there.
You know what? If you can help me find my old family recipe, the card fell somewhere out the window. The wind must have shifted it out. I don't know. It's been a day. You can have some of the berries. They're quite delicious. I already have them picked, and I believe I have enough. I have a whole bushel full, but you're welcome to some berries. And I'll even as a thank you, bake you a pie.
Robin, you did a pie.
So even if you
I
don't get
know.
to judge, you get to judge my pie. And you will say it's the best pie you ever had. Miss Maisie's pie.
Okay. I think that actually doesn't sound like a bad deal.
And she turns to you, Chris, and it's just kind of quizzitively is like, this might be rude. Do you eat?
Well, I photosynthesize and I compost. Is that similar?
Well, that's what the plants do in the garden, so.
Yeah.
I guess I'll find you a nice, wonderful, fresh digged hole that you can dip your feet into.
Oh, that sounds delightful, actually.
And I guess let me know if the blueberries also find it good, because if you find it good, they must find it good, right?
I will
Alright.
happily tell you the quality of your soil.
That will give me the edge I need. And then
Okay,
she
well,
brushes herself down. It's like, all right, well, let's find my recipe, and then I can send you off to Mr. Marble. I'll work on the pie, and you can come back, or I can meet you there with the pie because I have to bring, you know what? One step at a time, one step at a time. I'm getting ahead of myself. And she starts waddling into the garden. Come.
Moth like immediately runs after her, still has Chris's hand in her, like, come on, let's go. Robin, come on, we're gonna get pie.
I'm going.
Chris has no idea what pie is, but Moth is so excited.
We're all
Like,
really
Robin didn't realize like she was hungry until they started smelling the pie, and she's like, "Oh no, this is what an adventure is about. Let's go."
Yeah. When the reward is food, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you follow Miss Maisie into her garden, and it is a well-kept garden. You see the different blueberry and raspberry bushes, blackberry bushes, all well shaped and kept. It almost feels like not a single leaf is out of place, that they are just perfectly as they are. But you don't catch sight of any leaf that is out of place, anything that could be mistaken as a recipe card. But Maisie does go on and she says, I haven't had quite the chance to look. I've been so frazzled, but it's just this little recipe card about, and she puts her hands together, just about this big, this, yay big. Um, has a bit of the blueberry stains on it. It's been very many years and many hands on it, so the blueberry juices get on it. Might be underneath the skirts of the bushes, which make sure you ask consent to look. Very important. Or maybe the raspberries are juggling with it somewhere. They can be a little mischievous there. Oh.
Moth kind of like tries to kind of like look outward, and then like kind of like gets onto the ground and like crawls like down and like just tries to see if there's anything underneath the bushels, and then kind of goes, oh wait, can I look underneath your bushels, please?
You don't get any reaction from the bush itself, but Miss Maisie goes, "Oh yes, very good ask. I think they're good."
And then Moth kind of looks at Chris and goes, do I have their permission to look under their bushels?
Chris will speak in plantese to the bush. My friend here is looking for something that is lost amongst your leaves. Is it okay for her to take a peek?
Yeah. We're chill here. It's fine.
Oh, you
It's
are
nice seeing
much.
someone different. What?
We ran into a much pricklier plant before. You are very pleasant.
Oh, I've heard about the prickly kinds. Yeah. No, not here.
Good vibes. Good vibes. I like it.
Yeah.
Chris will
What is it
return.
you're looking for? Why are you looking into my bush?
We're looking for it is, and they will like show the size because again they don't really have a concept of like paper.
Yeah.
They say it's like a rectangle. It might smell like you if it has blueberry on it. Um,
All
yeah,
right,
seems rather
the
small.
I think it's called a furry or something. That one likes to pick up berries. Um, yeah, I don't remember seeing such a thing though.
Oh, hmm.
Um, Razzie, Razzie, and from across the garden, Chris hears, "A what?" It's like
Oh,
Razzie. What have you seen this weird? What'd you call it? A
I
paper?
think she called it a recipe.
A recipe? I think it floated out the window. Oh yeah, Berry Boo. I think it went into the sunflower. I think it's hanging on to it. Thanks, Razzie. Sonny's got it.
Sunny. Okay. Oh, a fellow flower. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
she's just over the fence and over there a little by herself. Tell her we say hi. We have a hard time shouting to her.
Oh, okay. I will relay the message. Thank you so much for your help. You were named Berry Blue. That was Razzie. I got those
Yeah.
names. Yes. Okay. It
Yeah.
was nice to meet you. I am Chrysanthemum or
Chrysanthemum.
Chris.
Chris, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I love
Enjoy
these
the
plants
berries.
so much.
I feel like Moth and Robin are just
Oh,
watching these leaves just
I'm
ruffle.
so honestly like I'm so sad that we don't get to like experience this.
Honestly, it's like the joy of like having like Chris just look at it and be like, ooh.
Rustle, rustle, rustle.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, Moth is just on the ground, just like, uh, hope this is good conversation.
Okay. So the blueberries and the raspberries say that you do have permission, but they don't have the recipe. The sunflower does.
Oh,
Oh, well, the sunflower is rather tall. Um, I suppose I can get it if it's on the sunflower.
are you sure?
Yeah, well, I am the tallest.
Well, I want you to be safe. I don't want you to hurt
Those
your.
sunflowers don't have thorns or anything. It's just a flower.
Well, it's very tall, but
Yeah.
I believe in you. You can do it. If you need, then you know we'll be here for you when you get down.
I actually, yeah, I hope you're right there. You shouldn't be anywhere else.
We'll just
So,
we'll catch you. We'll catch you. We'll do this. We'll got you. Yeah.
I'd actually rather you didn't stand right under me because I would crush you.
I
But
well, you know.
definitely stand where I can still see you. I think
Okay.
that would be awesome. And yeah, she is quite a tall flower. And you're sure it's there?
That's what the berries said, and they seemed a little bit nicer than the ivy. So I trust them.
I mean, that makes sense. The ivy did have thorns. Okay. All right. Well, is uh the mouse lady still there? Miss Maisie?
Yes, Miss Maisie is there. She's sort of looking through the window of her open house that overlooks this garden, and it's easy enough for her to reach. And she's just like, "Okay, the pie is still there. The crust is still there. Everything's still there." And she looks around. It's like, "Oh, did you find it? Is there something you need?"
Oh, we think it's on the got caught on a sunflower.
Oh, and she turns and looks, and where the sunflower is, it's just beyond the garden fencing into this kind of tall grass area, and just this one single sunflower is standing up, but its head sort of the head of it sort of droops low, kind of sad little petals as it's there by itself. Um, and it's hard to tell from the distance if it's up there, but of course everyone's a little on the shorter side, so maybe it could just be the ankle. It's like, oh, that could be true. I never look up there. Could be with the sunflower.
Do we? Okay, it's their garden gate. Do we climb the fence?
Oh, well, you're just youngins. You can hop the fence. It's fine.
Okay. And she'll run back. All right, well, adventure number 2. You get to hop the fence. You go. Actually, no, I'll go first, and then you try to come over. Yeah, I'll go first. And so Robin will hop the fence. She is taller, so I'm pretty sure it's not like a big deal for her, but she does want to be on the other side for when the 2 smaller ones try to hop over so they don't face plant on the other side.
Mhm.
So she hops over to the other side, and it's like, all right, see how easy that was? Now, come on, both of you, one at a time though, because I can't catch you both at the same time. Then she's gonna wait for, yeah.
Moth kind of like, she's like scoots down like with her like hands cupped, kind of just like here, like put one, like Chris, if you can put one foot on my hands. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I will try to lift you, and then you have to lift you. So I lift, then you lift, and then we lift together.
Okay, sounds good.
It's like
Yes,
one.
just hold on to the top of the fence and just pull while Moth pushes, and I'll get you. She hasn't actually touched Chris before, so they're a little like, yeah, I'll get you. And then she realizes I've never actually touched them. I don't know what they feel like. This is weird.
Well, what does because we only had your handheld, so what do you feel like, Chrysanthemum?
Wherever there is skin feels like a plant stem. So it is kind of like tough and smooth and cool. They are a plant. So when Moth goes to lift, the proportion of weight to apparent size is very little. They are very light, comparative to how
Just
they look.
fling.
Because they're they're hollow like a plant stem. Like they are not very heavy. They're meant to sway in the breeze. They're meant to be kind of bendy and willowy and
Yeah.
So again, like they are kind of, they would feel odd. They do not feel human in any sense.
Okay. I feel like, yeah, like Moth gets really excited about helping you up and just flings you a little too hard. And you end up kind of like just going over the fence too fast. And so Robin will have to like grab you as you come down.
And Chris is just like laughing maniacally. They have no sense of danger. So this is just fun for them.
And Robin just like puts you down, and it's like, all right, you made it over. Okay. Moth.
The moth kind of like with all of her strength, like just like puts 2 feet on the thing, like 2 feet on the fence, and then kind of like tries to hold it up. Her leg still kind of hurts, but at the same time, like she's like ready for anything, and then like kind of just kind of like "Ugh!" And then kind of tumbles her front over the fence, and then goes, "Oh, hey guys!" And then like kind of shoots her way backwards and then down, and then she's like, "Oh, everybody's over the fence. All right, cool."
Okay. You
Over
okay?
the garden wall, so to speak.
Hey.
Like she tumbles down and like onto her like butt, but at the same time she's just like, "So where do we go now?" Like with a happy smile, and she's just so happy to be there.
All right. Well, there is the sunflower. So even though I am the tallest, I don't think I'm tall enough to reach the top of it. But, Mom, would you be able to tell it to like come down a little bit, and then I should be able to reach if I reach really high on my tippy toes?
I can see if they are amenable. Yes.
Okay.
Chris is gonna waddle up.
It takes a little bit because you're
Yeah.
shifting with a very tall kind of
Yeah.
grain grass, but you do meet like almost run into the thick stem of the sunflower.
Goodness, you are very sturdy. Hello? Rustle, 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 rustle.
And it sways a little bit, has this droopy head, but it does turn in your direction. And when it sees that someone has approached it, all the petals flare up in like a bright, sunny sort of halo around its sunflower center. And you do catch that there is a hint of a paper card among its
Mm.
petals. And it's just like, oh, a friend! Oh, a friend! Oh, I've been so lonely in this grass
Oh,
field. Oh,
I was also alone in a grass field too.
a lone friend. We can be lone friends together.
Yes.
Oh, it's a sunny day.
It is a very sunny day.
Which I'm Sunny, by the way.
Oh, hi, Sunny. I am Chrysanthemum. Chris, or Mum. I have acquired a lot of names today. I like
Oh,
it.
well, names are good. I'm just Sunny. I'm a sunflower amongst the grass. The grass
The
doesn't
grass
talk.
doesn't keep. That is very rude of the grass.
No.
Oh,
And everyone forgets about me over here. I think just one day a bird dropped a sunflower seed and pop, there I go. And no one comes see the sun.
oh, I am so sorry. I was left in the grass by one like them. Very long time ago. But I know lonely is not fun. Friends are great though, and now we are friends.
We are friends!
Friends!
Yay!
Did she say yes?
Hold on. We are still doing introductions. It takes a while with plants sometimes.
Can you tell them that they're pretty?
My best friend says you are pretty.
Someone said pretty. The petals get like a bit of more orange to their yellow.
There seems to be a different petal in your petals. That might be what we are looking for.
A different petal. And like it's trying to lower its stalk, but it just does like a very long bend. So it can't go like directly to you. So it's just bending
like
forward. And it starts reaching towards Robin. It's like, I hope this is good. I haven't bended like this before. Ooh.
Yes. Let me just. All my tippies. I can try.
It's
And she's
very
just gonna
slowly trying.
reach. It's like almost there, just a little bit.
My roots.
And then we'll pluck it. Yeah, they'll pluck the paper off of
And
the
once
top
it
of
feels
them.
that dislodge, it's like boing. Oh,
Nice.
I've never done that.
I got it. And they'll check the paper to like make sure it is the recipe.
Yeah, it says the Maisie family blueberry pie recipe. You see like little mouse print thumbs and blueberry spinning on it. And like
Thank you.
calligraphy that is the most messy written you can't understand. Other than like maybe some of the numbers. Like,
Okay, well, this looks like it's it.
That was what they were looking for. Yes.
oh yay.
I suppose you can tell them it's that we say thank you.
My friends say thank you. That was very kind of you to be all
I've
bendy
been
like that.
thanks.
It is a good day for you.
It is a very good sunny day.
Yes.
Do we
But wait,
leave the
does
sunflower here?
Huh?
I don't think they are like me. I don't think they have walkies like I do.
Oh.
No, they look like a normal flower.
We can tell Miss Maisie to maybe not let them be so lonely. Maybe plant more flowers so they have more friends.
Let's do that. Can we do that? Would they like that?
My best friend would like to know if you would like for the fuzzy one to plant you more friends.
There's such thing as a best friend?
Yes! That is mine.
Sunny has never had a best friend. Oh, friend. Yes, I would like friends and best friends. Many best friends.
Okay, I will let the fuzzy one know.
Yes, I see the top of the fuzzy one.
They are quite small like the rest of us. You are very magnificent.
Oh.
Almost like a tree.
Oh. Well.
And Robin will go to the to the kind of like little garden fence and wait for the little one so that she can help them over.
Yes. So one by one, as you did before, everyone hops over and you go to Miss Maisie with recipe in hand and word of bringing new friends to one that you just made in the distant garden. And this is where we will pause our story to take a break. So thank you so much
Yes.
for watching thus far in our cute little story here. Hope you've been enjoying it. We're going to just take about a 10-15 minute break. So everyone take that moment to get water, your medication if you need it, bathroom, whatever you need to be comfortable so you can continue sitting here with us and seeing how these children wander through the wood. Thank you so much. See you soon. Right. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Through the Brambles, our story being played in the Babes in the Wood game system. So, why don't we jump back into what is going on with our kids here? They had just successfully found a missing recipe from the field mouse, Miss Maisie, that was just hung in a lonely sunflower's petals. They had just hopped over the fence and greeted Miss Maisie with the card. And excited, she goes, "Oh yes, that's the one. That's what flew out my window. Yes, oh thank you, children, so much. You're so darling." And she like pinches each of your cheeks or attempts to on Chris. Is just like, "You're a little tough, but you get it." Oh, all right. Well, it looks like I got a lot of pies to make now that. Oh, I was missing the nut butter. That's what I was missing. This is why I needed the card. All right. She gingerly puts the card through the window and closes the window, pats it. All right, the wind won't get you this time. All right. You wanted to see if you could be a judge, yes?
Yes, but um, can we ask a question?
Oh,
Does
of course.
would you be able to, if it's not too much trouble, there's like a sunflower in the field, and um Chris did it want more it wants more friends,
Yes,
right?
it would like more friends. It is very lonely.
Oh, no wonder it was looking a little droopy over there. I should have known. Well, of course, then I must expand my garden and include the sunflower.
I think they would like that very much. Their name is Sunny, and they
Sunny?
seem very happy, excited at the prospect of friends.
Oh, well, I was about to say I'm not a plant talker, but you seem like a plant. Hopefully they'll understand me. And she waddles on over to the fence edge, kind of prips up on her little mousy toes. Is like, "I'll get you, darling. Don't worry. I'll get Rodney to clear it all out, and we'll include you in the garden." All right. I don't know if you said anything. It's good. It's good. We're gonna get you. Just give us time. Be patient. And she puts a bleep back down and waddles back over to y'all.
But so pie.
Yes, pie, pie. And she's like doing the same thing with her mousy hands. She's like,
Well, we have to wait for her to bake them first.
"Yes, I will get you introduced to the town, and then when you feel comfortable, it is very safe here. Everyone's very friendly. I'll get you situated in town, and I'll waddle on back and bake those pies. I got many, many pies to make now. Come on, children." And just like the bustles of her skirt, waddling back and forth with her rapid little mousy pace. Her tail is just peeking out a little bit from the back end. And she's yammering on about different things in the very short walk. She's like, "Oh, and Priscilla is just like the best at a jam. And I always like to try in her jam and on my toast. And oh my goodness, it's good with a bit of almond butter." And going on about all these various recipes of different berries and their properties and their flavors and how to use honey versus sugar. And a lot of rapid fire and the short pace down the road as you're already meeting the edge of where the vendors stand. And you are seeing like the more crowd of other mice entering the village square. You see one mother mouse with a large pran. And as the pran turns, you just see a bunch of noses and tails of about 6 babies poking out. And just like, and they're just noses going away, ready at the scent of all the fruits that they smell in the air. There is a stand that has cheese, of course, various cheeses of orange and white, and some in red wax cylinders. And you even see one that looks like it's being put into an oven, which for the kids would recognize as brie, that is being freshly baked in this outdoor oven. So now you get that smell of the berries with the cheeses. And then not too far from there, you see a nut vendor with various walnuts and pine nuts and acorns, just all the sort of things that mice of the fields love. As you walk in, Miss Maisie's sort of looking around and looking around. She goes, "Oh, Mr. Marble! Oh, where is that mousy man? Mr. Marble! Oh, well, children, if you see a man who's very rounded, has sort of golden fur, often pulls out his little pocket watch, looks like a little acorn, um, that would be the man I got to introduce you to about judging. Mr. Marble!" She's now like trying to shout over the crowd.
I think like Robin would like start yelling it out as well to kind of like help.
"Oh, yes, that's good, that's good, that's good. Join me. Mr. Marble!"
Mr. Marble!
Mr. Marble!
No, we're all just yelling.
"Man, we lost a marble."
You have lost your marbles, yes.
Oh, it's such a sad day when you lose a marble. Oh. And eventually, in the break of the crowd, as some of the other mousy folk are just like, "Oh my," so they shift on over to the side vendors. You hear a more boisterous, deeper voice from the crowd towards the center square. It's like, "Miss Maisie, my goodness, you don't need to yell. I'm on the stage." As you turn and look up and do see this rather rounded golden mouse, bright yellow fur, a bit of white going from the nuzzle down, like past where you can see the collar. He's in like a pinstriped suit that's just barely clinging on by the buttons. Um, and frantically looking at his little pocket watch, which, as Miss Barble said, just looks like a flattened acorn that pops open to reveal the watch's face. It's like, "Is it really necessary, Miss Maisie, to shout at me from across the square?" It's like, "Well, when you don't answer the first time, I mean, you got children yelling at you now, for God's sake. Look at them. Look at them. I think you owe them now."
Moth just kind of like pulls at Robin's like shirt again to like bring her closer.
What happened?
They fight like mom and dad.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Are they
Do you think
married?
she likes him? I don't know.
I kinda
Don't
hope
ask
that
them though.
I kind of hope that they like each
That's
other.
rude.
Oh, well, Mr. Marbles?
Oh my gosh.
And he's like already been like trying to step down from the stage, approaching you all as you're also approaching him. Is like, "Oh yes."
I don't wanna be rude, but do you have a wife or
A wife?
or a partner or a other or another mouse in crime?
Well, I'm not a cranimal type, so I don't have that. But no, I am one single mouse, as he like pats his stomach.
How well and then she turns to turns to our lovely lovely mouse and goes, "Do you have a partner or a husband or a wife or a partner in crime?"
Well, that's quite bold questions to ask someone you just met, but yes, I have my Rodney.
Oh, your name's
Well,
not
there goes
Rodney.
that.
Is it Mr. Marbles?
He just,
I love little kids.
no, my name is not Rodney. It's Mr. Marbles.
Oh, well,
I
you'll
mean,
find.
it could have been Rodney Marbles. We didn't know that.
Ah,
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, there goes your theory, Moth.
well,
I suppose not.
well, I mean, like if Rodney goes somewhere,
Nope. Nope. Moth, nope. And she will just grab her little sister and just kind of like yank her out of the way. She's like, nope, that's it. That's your talking privileges revoked for the time being. You're done.
You're done.
yeah, and Miss May's just like, children. I did what I said I'd set out to do, and now I gotta go and set out to do my other thing, which is bake pies, because I gotta win this competition and feed you children. As she like pokes each one of you in the nose. So I will get working on that. And you, Mr. Marble, be good to these children. They were a very helpful hand in getting me my recipe back. And he just sort of nods, kind of confused about the situation. Is like, wait, why am I with children? And she's already waddling down back towards her house. All right,
Hello.
children, you know me, Mr. Marbles.
Well, we just met you, but yes.
Yes, well, a name's a good starting place. Is he like waiting now for you all to say your names?
Oh, I'm Moth. That's my older sister, Robin. And then this is Chris, my best friend.
Well, ain't that just a delight? Well, you came at the perfect time in our little village here of Berryfaire, because we're having a berry fair. It's our annual berry fair. It's a good fair. We got, of course, we got the pies that you had. We got a good old pie eating contest. We got jams. We got, of course, vendors selling all their other foods. People
Can
showcasing the crafting.
can we be judges in the pie contest?
Judges in the pie contest. And he like flips out and pulls out a like tiny little clipboard from one of his pockets. It's like, I didn't plan to have more mouths on the gun. Yes, you know what? It could be interesting. It could spice things up. We like a bit of spice. Why not? Come this way. And he starts like slowly shifting back and forth like a ball on two tiny legs, just like waddling in the biggest stance, putting his hands in like the breast pockets. And he shows you to the very long table that you assume must be for the pie eating contest. It's a nice birch wood, and over top of it is a well painted sign and bright calligraphies of white and blue saying pie eating contest. And in front of it, there's numbers across the tabletop, just little tents with numbers on it. And there are some pies already present, others that are just being fussed over and making sure the presentation's right. And you're seeing the beginning of a variety. You smell some raspberry, some blueberry, blackberry, gooseberry, some other mixed berry. It's colorful. Some have the thick pie crust, some have like a bit of a sugar pie crust, some of them have a shortbread pie crust. And you're taking this all in. He's just Mr. Marbles, he shifts. It's like, well, you gotta be prepared to sample every single pie on this table. You all seem a little and he kind of like motions around his stomach and kind of generally gestures around you in a sort of circular. He's like, you seem of a little smaller stomachs.
Oh, we can eat the pie. Don't worry about that.
They are heroes. I believe they can do it.
Heroes. Well, we like a good hero. That's good for plebiscity. And he kind of pauses, like, that's not the word. Never mind. Well, and as he's like talking with you, another mouse starts darting up from a table that's behind the presentation table, which you assume must be the judging table. It's sort of set back on a higher stage. And this little mouse, sort of in like that boyish newspaper boy outfit, with a little cap. He has this gray, silvery fur, and he just comes like trotting up. It's like, Mr. Marbles, Mr. Marbles. He's just like, well, what is it, Timothy? Oh, Mr. Marbles, it seems that Jonathan has gotten sick. Like, sick? What do you mean sick? It's like, well, he's a sniffling, and kind of snotty. Says he can't taste anything. Can't taste anything? Well, that's not good for tasting pies. Well, children, it seems you may have gotten yourself in. Well, that's a problem I didn't realize I had to solve. And he checks it off.
What? How did he get sick?
I think he may have spent too much time in the river the other day. And then he went a little ham on sniffing the flowers, forgetting that he is mildly allergic to flowers, the pollen, you know.
Chris, are you going to be judging too? I'm not sure if you can even
I do
taste
have a
pies,
stomach,
actually.
so I don't think I can. I will watch.
Well,
I will cheer.
can we find something for Chris to eat?
Or
Oh,
another
I
way that
mean-
can help?
Yes.
Another way Helpy can do surely, because it's more than just the taste. We gotta observe the presentation. It's gotta look like a good pie, So you gotta look like a good pie. It's gotta smell like a good pie. Can you smell?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, that's important sense. So you gotta be able to smell that it's a good pie, and of course the ones that can taste. Well, you get to enjoy the taste of a good pie. Or when it's not good pie, you don't enjoy the taste of good pie. But we have good pies here. And people will tell a little story about the history of the pie. A lot of folks, is long running. Though Mrs. Mabel has been our primary winner in the past 10 years. So you'll hear her story. It's fine. But yeah, you can be our visual judge. We can regulate you to that. You can have final say on if it looks good.
Feels very
There
important.
you go.
Okay. Thank you.
All
Cool.
right.
Nice.
Small question.
Yes.
I know that Moth and Robin know the look of brambleberries? Does Chris?
I mean, yeah, because we would know what they look like because we've been walking on them. Well, not on them, but like avoiding them for a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, why don't we do a roll for that? We like rolls.
And I hope
we like
the
big
mice
and
aren't.
Rolls.
I hope the mice aren't eating some bad berries.
So I will say, and this is going to come off a separate set of rules I haven't provided you guys yet. So I want one of you to give me what is called a aha move. So roll 2d6s and add hope, which currently we don't have hope.
Oh.
So it'll just be your, I mean, we all have hope in a way. But in terms of mechanics, we do not.
We have hope in
Not
our
yet.
heart.
You have it in your hearts. You hope the dice gods smile upon you, but
I could do it if we want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh God. Ooh, 10.
10. That's the best you can get.
I was
So-
like, I literally want to be like, I'll take a picture of it. I swear to God.
So maybe it's just old instincts, even before entering the wood and being told to be watchful of them. Even maybe you decide whether it's from camping with your family or other things of being told like this is what you need to look out for. That's made you so perceptive on it. You're looking over the pies that are there. The only one really missing is Miss Maisie's because she needed her recipe. But as you're looking them over, there is one pie that looks and smells closer to the brambleberries. As you kind of like are walking in front of it and catch it, you see that just that coloration of like a blackish red that doesn't quite fit right with the other berries. There's definitely something wrong here.
Moth kind of looks at her sister and does the nudge again.
What happened?
Can I tell you something, please?
I mean, yeah. And she leans over a little closer. What's up?
That pie right there. Do you remember when you told me not to eat the brambleberries?
Yes. Did you eat some?
I didn't, but I think that pie's brambleberry, and that's not good because
Which
you
one?
told that one right there, and she kind of like points directly at the pie, and then she kind of like looks at Chris, and then like goes, come here. Don't that pie, and kind of like almost like leaves me both down. Like that pie right there, that's not a good pie because Robin told me not to eat the brambleberries, and then also one time when I had to go to camp, and camp was really dumb, and I didn't really like it, but I really liked the archery in camp because we got to shoot things. Anyway, that's not the point. So when we went to camp, um we kind of looked at different berries of like not to eat and stuff like that. And then like that one was kind of in the guide, but it was just like do not eat. And then I didn't understand why it was just has the words of red that just says do not eat. So like we shouldn't eat that, and I don't
Well,
think we should let
should we
anybody.
tell? I was going to say that. Where is the? Where did he go? Is he
Um,
is he still
Yeah.
there?
Mr.
Mr.
Marble's
Marble?
still
Marbles!
there. He's sort of just talking to Timothy about now the
Yeah.
change out of the judges and filling in the new visual role. I was like, oh
Um,
yes, children, what's up?
Mr. Yeah, Mr. Marbles. That pie right there, Muff, can you point at it? That one looks like it's made out of brambleberries.
A brambleberry pie.
Yeah, we can't.
We're not
We're not
supposed
going
to
to be
eat
able to eat that one.
Well, that won't do if our own judges can't eat a pie. And he like hobbles on over and observes it, and he picks up the little tent card. He's like, well, someone just wrote a random number on this card. I don't think this pie's supposed to be here. As he like turns the tent over, it is a weird kind of inky scribble of maybe someone tried to write a 7, but it came like up and over and down, and then it looped around. So it's not really a 7. It's almost like a weird signature of a thing. He's like, well, I don't think it's supposed to be here. So this pie is automatically, as he gets more boisterous, automatically disqualified. And he slams the tent down.
Yay!
Okay, that's good, because then nobody's going to accidentally eat the brambleberries either. Yeah. I can't believe. Look at that. We helped them out without meaning to.
There you
Heroes
go.
again.
Heroes again. And she like tries to high five both her sister and Chris. Probably just like smacks her sister in the stomach.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nope.
Sorry.
Nope. Okay. Well, that's not a good thing, though. If somebody was trying to sneak a bad pie into the competition.
That doesn't feel nice.
No.
And Mr. Bramble there shakes his head like, well, sometimes a fiend in the woods like to play its games. It's just a terrible thing it does. As like now like Timothy's like taking the pie away and shuffling off, and everything's being adjusted to fill the space.
What? There's a thing in the woods? We were in the woods. We didn't see a thing.
And all the nearby mice, as you're talking, just like, oh my, they don't know. And they start shuffling away. And Mr. Mull's just kind of there. He's like, I mean, you've been wandering the woods and not know the fiend.
The fiend.
No. We were given a path to follow by a ballerina, and then we've just been walking on the path, and we just bumped into your little Berryfaire.
Well, it's a good thing you came here so you can learn a little bit while you enjoy some pie. Well, these woods you may have noticed are pretty unusual. In a sense, I mean, we feel pretty usual here, though we haven't seen your kind before, but maybe you haven't seen our kind either. It's a two-way street. Once in a while, we get folks coming and going, never coming or going again, and sometimes we hear about a place, never see it again. It's very shifty, wibbly out there in the woods. And it's all because of the fiend.
And what is the fiend?
No one knows. It's just there, in the shadow and dark. Whenever you see that so pitch dark, can't see a thing, that's where it is. And when you see the little creepy brambles just like crawling around, well, you know the fiend is nearby.
So we shouldn't be walking in the woods?
I mean, when you're
Is
exploring
it
and trying to find other places, that's the only way to get to other places, but you gotta be very careful. The fiend likes to oh, sorry. The fiend likes to, sort of scare the folks. It feeds off fear, so it likes to try and get you scared so you feel like you may have to rely on it. That when it offers a friendly vine, you'll be wanting to take it.
does it eat people?
Hmm. I right
You're
don't
thinking
know.
about it a little too long, and I don't like that.
That is fair. Fair. The thing is, I just right do not know. I've never been out in the woods and I've never heard anyone that got eaten. So
Okay, I mean that's a good thing, right? It just scares people, but it doesn't eat them.
maybe it's very, very lonely. I don't know, but we're just always been the whispers of the fiend that we just don't want to mess with the brambles out there.
Well,
Okay,
would it help if the fiend could
the
make
fiend.
friend? Oh, the fiend could make friends with people.
Oh, and it's quite an old thing from my understanding.
Oh,
I don't know if it's one for making friends. I think it just likes to collect.
oh.
Okay.
I guess we should. I mean, the fiend sounds
The
scary.
fiend.
The fiend sounds very sounds very scary, but it doesn't. It might be okay.
Yeah, I suppose we'll be okay as long as we don't get too scared,
Yeah.
right?
That's right. You got to keep a little optimism, a little happiness, a little hope right in there to fight off all those shadowy things. But we have seen individuals swayed by the fiend's ways and just gets a little untoward when they do it. They get mischievous. They
Okay.
disrupt things. It's no coincidence dink that this pie was here when we didn't approve it.
So do
Okay.
you guys didn't see anybody put the pie down? Nobody here?
No, it just seemed so well presented, and I thought maybe one of the other judges accepted it. Maybe we all thought that. We should have checked in each other, so communication is important. And he pulls out his little clipboard and writes that down.
Okay. I mean, I suppose as long as nobody got hurt, then it's okay for now.
Well, right you
Still
are,
gets to
right
eat
you
the
are.
rest of the pies, right?
Oh, for sure. So we got to make sure our visual judge, and he points to Chris, like, does a good looking. And when you do a good looking, someone's got a good smelling, and you get to good old tasting.
Moth
Okay.
Moth ate so much pie in the time we were talking about.
Oh, yeah, there's been like a bunch of free slices to eat.
It's
Like,
like,
well,
Moth, you're going to be too full for the competition.
Can never be too full on pie.
that
You
you
see,
all right. That you all right. Well, you got some
last
time
time
anyway.
she said that, she ended up throwing up the pie.
Hey, it was only because mom said that I had to drink like water afterwards. I would have been fine if it was just pie. Pie is great. Pie is good. Pie is nutrients.
This is very true. This child is wise.
Oh my gosh.
You know
Okay,
what?
well,
We got plenty of time before the judging. So you all enjoy the square. And we got some berry juices. Go sample the berry juices. Go sample all the other things. Everyone will be so excited and listen to the music, a little dance in the square. And I suggest you do see up on the stage now there is like a quartet band, one with a fiddle, one with a banjo, one with a concertina, and one with just a little hand drum. They're now doing a very like rustic music, sort of dancey jig. It's like, so enjoy yourselves. You'll be called upon when you hear the pies are going to be judging. You'll come. Hopefully, that Miss Maisie will have her pie because she's the last one to join. But enjoy yourselves. You've earned it.
okay. Let's go see the square.
Moth kind of like is enjoying herself, but then like kind of like looks up at her sister because like kind of knows that like she's like the information about the fiend didn't really help quell her. Like she knows she has like scaredy cat issues, what she calls it. So she kind of looks up at her sister and goes like, "Are you okay?"
Why wouldn't I be? We're gonna eat some pie. Well, you've already eaten pie, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I know sometimes you get really scared of stuff, and I
No,
know
I don't. I
uh
don't get scared.
I oh, but I just wanted to check on you because I didn't want you to be scared
Oh,
by the
I see.
fiend.
I see. It's okay. If you're scared by the fiend, you can just tell me.
I'm not scared by the fiend. I think we can defeat the fiend with the power of friendship. But I just wanted to ask you if you were scared because
Nope.
I know it's hard for you to sometimes say when you're afraid, but at the same time, it's okay because like we're sisters and we have Chris and we
Yeah,
can do
but
anything.
I am I am in middle school now and I do not get scared anymore because I am in middle school now. And big kids don't get scared. So I think that that thing whatever it is not scary at all.
Well,
And we should totally go to the square and see what is over there. Oh my god, look at the stands of stuff.
well,
And
the
she's
last
just
time.
gonna walk off.
But what about the last time we watched Dracula? You were hiding under the shades. Wait a minute, wait for me. And like runs after.
Yes.
Like literally probably like runs back and goes, "Oh, Chris, come on, Chris."
Are we not doing this anymore? Okay.
Delightful. It was. You all peruse the square, waiting for the time to be called upon, taking in the sights and the smells and the new kind of mouse folk that are here. Many are sort of just out in the streets dancing about, enjoying the music, others doing serious exchanges and trying to haggle down the price of food. And just their basic trade of nut for nut, berry for berry, very straightforward trade. But some of the vendors do get excited about new faces that are in town, talking about how we're just used to the same crowd here. So here's a sample of jam. Here's another sample of jam. Well, you got to try this nut butter. Just like handing you all these different assortments of things to try.
If Chris is handed juice at any point, they are just going to dip a finger in and a little root will appear and like suck up the juice.
That's so cool.
Yes, there is very much a berry juice stand, and you do that. And as your vine kind of drinks in and you're drinking it up, you see just the leaf coloration because of the oxidants in the berry starts changing into like a blue purple.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
You use the sugar as well. So that would make you more like I think it would like perk you up so you stand a little straighter, maybe gain an inch and you're like, "Oh wow."
This is amazing. I've never had anything like this before. Look at my head. It's so different. The sugar rush that
Just
they have
sugar.
never had before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried this? This is amazing. You should try some as well.
Moth probably like takes like Chris is just like bouncing with the music because
Two
like the
sugared up
sugar is
kids.
just going completely mental.
Oh my gosh.
And all the natural sugar just from eating and sampling everything is now building up, and the energy is high.
Absolutely.
Like a flower thing just twirling in the wind like a whirling
They're
dervish.
literally in their own rave by this point.
Yeah.
They're just going.
And the nearby mouse folk that were dancing like, oh, this is so fun. Ow. Trying to copy your movements because it's new.
They're all dancing. We're all dancing like plants now. That is the thing.
Like, oh, what do you call this?
It is the and like it'll be something in planties.
I'm just gonna say the sway. Everybody sway.
Oh my god.
And It doesn't even feel like time is going by, and you don't even notice any shift in the light. But at some point, you do catch Mr. Marble sort of pacing. He's looking at his watch, looking up the road where Miss Maisie's house is, and he's like getting very worried and just sort of patting the little sweat on his fur away. He was like, "All right, folks, we're getting close to time, so everyone prepare for the judging of the pies. Everyone gather over by the judging tables. We'll begin shortly."
Where's Miss Maisie? I didn't see her come out with her pie. I want to try her pie so badly.
Well, I hope she comes after all the work y'all did for her.
Well, should we go check on
And-
her?
Yes, I mean we know where the house is, so let's run on over and then see what's taking so long.
All right, you got a few minutes. But you are our judges, so
We'll be
make sure
quick.
you're here.
We'll come back.
All
Promise. And then we just scamper.
Scamper, 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 scamper. So you rush up the road and you get up to her house, and you do smell that blueberry pie just wafting out, the kitchen window open again, though there seems to be like little twines running across it as though they try to not block the wind of the window coming in, but definitely trying to make sure nothing goes through. And from just beyond the window, you hear inside just the shuffling of Miss Maisie working away. It's like, oh, this pie isn't cooling down fast enough. Gosh. And going about her business within the home.
Hello? It's us again.
Oh. And she first tries to look at the window to see if you're at the window. Is like, oh, there you are, children. Is it getting time already?
Yes, it's about to start. Also, they let us be judges after all, so.
Oh, good. That good, Mr. Marble. All right. Well, he does owe ya because I say so. All right. Well, I'm just waiting for these pies to cool. There took me a little bit because I had so many to make. I got to make one for the contest, one for you. Well, I guess if you're judging, then I didn't really need to make a second one. Oh well, maybe.
Well, maybe when we run back to where the contest is, it'll cool down on the way if we move fast enough. You know, like the wind.
Oh yes. All right. We can definitely try that. You just want to be careful because it's hot. So she kind of shifts the tray. It's like, I'm not going to do it through the window because I did a thing here to make sure nothing came out. Come, meet me at my door. Meet me at my door. And she closes up the window, and you see just through the glass as best you can that she's like shuffling a tray, and it's like, as you come around to the front of her little mousy house of sticks and twine and grass, you're greeted by a big, bright powder blue door, all nicely painted, nice little filigree within the metal that's what you think looks like metal, but you realize it's just wood to be painted like metal. And there's just a little acorn knob on the front of it. And as you're standing there waiting patiently for her, the door swings open just a little bit before her mousy butt just shoves it out the way. And she turns around with the tray. It's like, all right, hopefully we can get there in time or I'll get disqualified. Let's be quick without these shuffling off my tray.
And then Robin will make sure that she's the one to grab them because like Moth will like run off and they can be a little, and so the pies are gonna fly everywhere, they're gonna slip out, like it's, and so she's like, no, this is an important job, this is a big kid job, right? Get the pies there safely. And so they're going to do that. They might actually, I think Robin will like take off her witch hat and stick her hands in it so you can grab the tray without it like burning her.
And Miss Maisie sort of makes sure as you take it, you're trying to be very gentle. It's like, oh, you're very smart, very smart. And she very carefully hands it off to you. It's like, all right, just keep a steady pace. And we're going to shuffle our way down there and make it a time. I know we're going to make it a time. All right, come along, children. And she's like,
Okay. Yeah, and she'll be like, wait, Moth, Chris, I got an important job for the both of you. Okay, you guys are going to go in front of us and make sure that people move out of the way so that we can go as fast as we can, as safely as we can. Because our job is to make sure that these pies make it there in time. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Can we start now?
Yes, go.
Great. Move out the way. Move out the way. Move. Move.
Yeah.
Everybody, scatter.
You're shouting,
That is not what she meant at all. Not at all what
shouting
she
and
meant.
scooting
Two
down
little
the
kids.
roadway.
Like she literally gets into the middle of the crowd and goes, "Everybody out!" And she's like, "Okay, it's fine. It's come through. Everybody's fine." That's
Yeah,
fine.
Robin is regretting her decisions, all of them.
Right. So I will say this makes a good narrative for the genius plan move when you're all working together to see something through and complete a problem. So with this group move, you all will decide how you want to contribute, what your strength in this situation here is, and be shared in the positive outcome. So what is it each kid is doing specifically to help see these pies safely to the judging panels so they themselves can eat this pie?
I mean, for Robin, it'd be like carrying the pies themselves and moving like quickly while not letting the tray shift around too much.
All right, so you'll be rolling with your steam. So give me 2d6 in steam.
Oh, not too bad. That is an 8.
All
So
right. And our two others were told to show, but how do they get the crowd's attention to move away as opposed to accidentally stumbling into our tray of pies?
Moth kind of uses it's her special move, which is like step up. So she just is like, "Everybody scatter," and then like just tries to move everybody out the way just from her like voice and trying to be like an authority figure. So small, no brain cells, but tries to be an authority figure in this moment because like her sister gave her such an important job.
Right, so that sounds like you're using a lot of passions. That will be your roll with mush.
Oh, how much much do I? Yay! 5.
5. Okay. And Chris, what are you doing to aid in this situation?
Chris, again, priorities of like humanity and where things are and how things work socially goes over their head. So they were told to make a path, make people move. So they're just going to start doing the sway again and hope that like people start following them. I'm like, "Oh,
Okay.
come this way, let's go. We need to make a move. We need to get out of the way." Just like making a bit of a spectacle, just to draw people out of like the main thoroughfare.
Delightful. So I'll say you can use either steam for the physicality of it or mush for trying to pull people into like this follow me in this dance. It's going to be great and delightful and happy.
I'm gonna do mush.
Okay.
Ooh, even with mush, that is a 4.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh
Gross.
All right. Well, as you go, I think maybe it's just the excitement of the whole thing. As Robin tried to explain what the plan should be, and our two more younger ones just so excited to get this going. You rush forward, and as the shouts happen, some of the mice folk turn confused, sort of like gathering up, almost trying to see, is there a parade going on? Is something happening? And as Chris is sort of swaying around, others are like, oh, we're dancing. And instead of dancing to go and follow Chris or move out of the way, they sort of begin dancing into the path of where Robin's trying to maneuver this tray. And at one point, one of the little mousie's heads sort of knock your hand a little bit, and only one of the pies goes for a tumble.
no! Oh
It's very,
no!
very sad to see, but Miss Maisie did not see it. She is going steam ahead, trying her best to also organize everyone to get away. She's got a pie to judge. But one pie does take a tumble, sadly. But you're struggling and fighting hard to keep that last pie on there, shifting to make sure your hands don't catch any of the hotter parts. Maybe you're just trying to blowing on it as you go. But you do successfully keep one pie. You just may have lost the one that you could have kept after the judging.
That's compost now.
It is compost. Chris can go back and she can enjoy that pie.
It belongs to the earth now.
At least
Pie
we
belongs
still
to
have
Earth.
a pie for the judging.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so sad about it.
I'm
And
sorry.
we make it in time.
So you come up as Miss Maisie's like, I got my pie, I'm here. I'm not disqualified. I made it in time. I'm here. And she turns and sort of gestures. Yeah, I got a pie here. And she's like pulling you along. She's like, it's all right, kids. It's all right. Just another day. I'll make a pie another day if you come through. Okay. And helps put the pie in her judging space. And Miss Marble or Mr. Marbles checks his pocket watch. Oh, just in time indeed. Well, our judges got to take their places. So y'all go take your places as he looks to the three of you.
Shuffle.
And you go take place. And it's a little cramped as they only planned for one other judge that was just supposed to be there. So it's like, depending on how you want to sit it on the chair or around the chair, you're sort of placed at the end. So if anyone needs to stand off to the side, they can. And then there's two other mouse judges. One that's like a really like black, almost tuxedo sort of fur coating to them. And they're also wearing a tuxedo. So they got a little, it looks like they got a white patch looking like a bow tie, but then they have a collar with a black bow tie. And then next to them is a field mouse wearing like bright orange dress. And she's made a wig out of grass that's just like piled high and tall on her head.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And just like all curled up, trying to make it look like, you know, what you see in like the older like Marie Antoinette wigs. It's just like it's absurd. It's really absurd. But they nod to you graciously, and Mr. Bramble sort of patting, a little anxious. He's like, all right, my dear mousy folk of Berryfaire. We are at the peak of the Berryfaire as we are about to judge your fine pies presented today, and we got some wonderful guest judges, as he gestures to you three, who will be sampling the pies. Now, you all better remember your manners, remember your stories, remember your presentation. It's, you know, we enjoy a good performance with our pies because, you know, dessert and entertainment, you know? So try your best and it'll all be good. And lining up in front of you is 5 pies with Miss Maisie about the end because she was last to bring it all in. There's about 5 pies lined up of different crusts and flavors and berry choices, and different mice kind of eagerly waiting for their turn. And each one comes up, they bring a pie announcing it to the crowd and to you. The first one is this much older mouse. She has a lot of gray through her face and muzzle. Her ears are sort of flopped a little bit at the ends. She's like, well, this was my pie from my grandmama. And we keep it sweet with a bit of honey. But today, I thought it's a year of change, so I went with the maple. I was like, oh. Just polite claps all around. It's like, so we got my new maple blueberry pie with brown sugar crust. And she like very, very slowly and shakily starts cutting out a slice and lifts it up. And I was like, ooh, as like the jammy gooiness of it drips over. And she very slowly starts bringing it over. And Mr. Marble's just waiting there, looking at his pocket watch, watching her as politely as he can. She presents it. I'm like, oh, I hope it'll be to your delight. And she adjusts her little glasses on the end of her nose, but it's like still like squinting very hard through them. And you swear you see like a paw print from her on the pie crust.
Oh.
Moth just kind of like looks at it and then like turns to Robin and goes, "She reminds me of Grandma."
I know. She looks nicer than Grandma, though.
She looks way nicer. She doesn't have all
Yeah.
of the like ugh on her face.
I
And
mean, they have fur, so maybe under the fur, we don't really know.
yeah,
Maybe we can't see it.
but
Yeah.
I'm scared that I won't like the pie because I don't really like honey. And I don't want her to be sad.
Well, you can just pretend to like it.
Okay.
Or
And
take
then
a really little bite.
oh. And then she kind of just like uses her fork and then just goes,
Is it good?
"It's okay."
Oh gosh. Well,
Okay.
as you like take the bite, you missed in her story where she said she switched her honey and changed it up to maple syrup.
Oh, yeah.
So they
No
probably
honey
smelled
in
that
it.
honey. You're like,
There
oh
is
no,
no
honey.
As soon as she heard honey, her brain just like turned off. She's like, nope.
Yeah, it's just like, and then like with this one, she's just kind of like,
Yeah. It doesn't taste like there's honey in it.
I don't, Robin,
Yes?
I don't want to judge this pie. Can you judge this pie for me?
I think we all have to judge all of them, no?
Well, can you like, can
Or
I
you don't
rate?
have to say it's bad. You can just say it was okay.
Okay, I like that better.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Okay.
hurt anybody's feelings except for mine
Exactly.
because I don't like this pie.
Okay. Well, you don't have to eat it. We can just pretend like
But I
you
have
know,
to
you
eat it
don't
too.
want to.
It's so nice and like,
And she's standing like in front of the table, like patiently. Her little paws are together. She's like adjusting her glasses every now and then and squinting. And it's like,
Oh,
oh, what darling little mice you are. Yes. Green mouse.
Like, yeah.
Oh, you're so mossy. It's delightful.
Robin's just gonna be like, "Oh, Moth, I told you not to eat all of those pies before we started. Oh no, now you're so full that you can only have a little bite of the ones that we are judging. Oh well."
I'm not full. I don't like
I don't,
this pie.
it's okay. It's okay. See, that way you don't have to eat it all. And she won't get her feelings hurt. It's okay.
But what if I eat all the other pies and then I just don't eat this pie? Then I'm gonna feel bad and I'm gonna feel like a jerk, and I don't want to feel like a jerk.
Well, you're going to have to eat just a little bit of all the pies. Okay? And then after we're done judging, then you can have the rest of the pie when they're not looking.
Okay, I like that. That okay.
You can have
Okay.
secret pie afterwards.
Okay. I like that. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Sissy.
And we, yeah.
And she's nodding as you're like telling her what you're judging on. And for you, Chris, you do see like it looks like a good pie. It's the first time you're seeing pies, but it looks good. It smells
I
good.
particularly like that you have left your imprint on it. I like that a lot. That feels very
Whoa.
personal.
I didn't mean to, but oh, sure.
Yes. And Chris will like adjust these glasses that she has that have cracks all through them, but she's
yes.
convinced, or they're convinced that it helps them see better.
Yep. And the other two, the pair mices beside you are like whispering to each other about it as they're sampling theirs, and they're being very delicate, like the smallest, like a sample of the crust, a sample of the interior, like oh, quite yes, and writing down on a piece of paper. It was like, good, it's okay, good.
Why do they like it?
I don't know. Maybe the mouse, it just tastes different to them.
Oh,
Different taste buds.
Different. Yeah. Also, I'm very happy you can't taste this. Not very good.
This poor Grandma
Oh,
Mouse
yeah.
poured her heart into this new recipe.
Oh,
Like,
that almost took me out. Sorry.
Moth just literally looks at it and just goes, I think it would have been better with honey, honestly.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You're
no.
lucky she can't hear you.
Oh,
And she's
no.
already walking off after the
Oh.
judges' voices. And the next one is going into their story. This male mouse presenting a raspberry pie with a shortcake crust on top. The little bit of brown sugar sprinkled is like, sprinkle. Ta-da! Raspberry
Very
pie.
artsy. Okay.
Brown salt bay.
Yeah, it's like, and it does have a lot of that warm, like vanilla sugar smell with the raspberry. And he cuts into it and pulls it up, and it has just more of solid, like goo with inside and more solidified form. It keeps together, and you can just hear the crunch of the crust. And he gives all the judges their samplings.
I didn't.
And he waits,
I don't
ears like
think I
forward
heard-
and perked.
Yeah, I don't think I heard what was inside of this one. Did you hear?
Raspberry. It tastes so good. I don't really care. It's so good. And then like she just kind of like keeps like devouring it and then pushes the other
wait.
one to the side.
Muff, small
Wait,
bites.
secret pie. Secret pie for later.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. But you should have a bite of this. This is really good.
Okay.
Like 10 out of 10. This mouse did it.
And she will have some, and I think she really, really likes the crust. And she'll eat like the crust like around the filling. Instead of eating it like as a pie, she'll break off the hard crust, like eat it like cookies instead.
Do you,
That is a unique technique, Robin.
The crust is very good. It tastes like cookies.
you
Oh,
don't
I
you
don't
not
think
like
you had a cookie.
I know what cookie is. I have not had one.
Okay.
we have to get Chris a cookie one day.
Sure. I mean, that shouldn't be too hard to do.
Well,
I don't think
we could make her plant cookies.
I don't think plants.
Mud cakes.
You know what, we'll think about it later. We can make them look like brownies or something.
I like that this pie looks like it has dirt on top. Very decorative, very natural looking. I like it. Appearance, very good.
And the
'cause of
other
brown.
judges
I
are
was
like nodding along.
I was so confused for like a second.
Yeah, the little brown sugar dusting on top.
God. Oh.
They eventually make it through the pies, the first four, until you reach Miss Maisie. And she sort of steps out for her presentation, says, well, this has been a recipe, has been passed down through my family for many, many generations. One that we take pride in because we care for our garden. It all starts with the earth and the plant. So we got to make friends with them and treat them right, because that's how you get your good berries. So you you sing to your plants, you talk with your plants, make them happy, and you'll get your happy berries. And especially when you have kind folk who are willing to help you when you're in distress. Well,
I
this
think that's
is
us.
our blueberry and brown sugar pie with a pastry topping. And she will cut into it and pull it out. And where the first blueberry mouse recipe from the grandma was super goopy and gooey and just like dripping off, this one has a very solid consistency. It still has a bit of that jammy sort of dripping of it. You do see that any blueberries that have been finely crushed, any chunks like that have been finely crushed and squeezed. Bit of that purple coloration coming up through the crust as she's made little indents to let the pie breathe on through. She makes a little slice and presents it to the judges.
Moth is just foaming at the mouth. Immediately, like, doesn't even bother with the fork, just takes like the slice of pie in her like hands and just go. Like, this is like one pie that like she ignores her sister and she just goes
It is
all in.
so warm, so filling. And because you are so full, just let's roll a steam. This is going to be a special rare move. Roll me a
Please do not.
steam.
Please do not throw up the pies.
So
Oh my
bad.
gosh. I've seen kids at pie eating contests, like at the fairs, just all purple and blue.
Wait, so I got it 8 minus 1, 7.
7. Okay, so you don't throw up everywhere. But how do you start feeling after you feel just the warmth of the pie, like it's fresh. You taste like that warm brown sugar and just the good gooey goodness filling your cheeks. And as much as you love it, there's just, and you know it's not the pie. You know it, but there's something going on. What is going on, Moth?
She just kind of like looks, kind of like looks at her stomach and like she sees that it's like full, and then she kind of looks at her sister and goes, "Is there a bathroom anywhere?"
A bath? I mean, we can go after we're done judging, or do you need it now?
No, I have to go like now. Now.
Are you okay? And like she will like poke one of the other judges because it's the person that's closest to her,
Yep.
and then just goes,
yes.
Excuse me, where is the bathroom?
The bathroom?
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
You guys have a bathroom, right?
Well, we haven't a place of sorts to go for sure. There's just the little kind of building there, the little tiny hut building, the little outhouse is right there. Yes.
Okay. We're gonna miss the. Oh, it's okay. Tell. Okay. Tell what your favorite pie was, right? And so they'll tell the judges when it's time for judging, and then I'll take you to the bathroom running. Okay, so tell us.
Mrs. Macy's is 10 out of 10. She's great,
Okay.
and she's cool, and she has a really, really nice door. And also the pie is so delicious, and I think everybody should have a slice of it.
Wait,
and then like
bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have to go to the bathroom. Bye, everybody.
Chris, I'm also voting for Miss Macy's. Okay. So when it comes time for judging, you let them know. We'll be right back. And then they're like, come on, Moth. And she'll drag Moth over to where the little, I'm assuming, little outhouse type.
Yeah, it's like a public outhouse for this little town. People do have their own private abodes, but for the sake of public, there is a little outhouse. Which is
like starts feeling it in her stomach, and she's just like, "Get me in there."
It's just like this tiny little windy path that goes up to this wooden made of like twigs and stick outhouse. There's a little cutout of like a crescent moon in the door. Some like grass that's kind of coming up and out through it, through the sides of it. And you fling it open and you just see like this little log over a dirt hole in the ground that goes really, really deep.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say, and you fling it open and there's a mouse in there.
No. I thought so too.
All right. No. She's not a mouse folk. You see a regular mouse who's just on that log. And he was minding his own little business, his old natural mousy business. Like, and darts out between your legs at the door.
I'm sorry. A little broom and just kind of like ushers it out.
Literally just says, I'm so sorry. I just have to use the bathroom. You can come back later. And then just goes into the outhouse and closes the door and tries to figure out how this works. How any of this works. But she's just I don't really care. And then just goes to the bathroom. my poor small sad girl. just done.
We
Cut away
left.
from that.
We left Chris
I
alone.
was about to be please don't make me describe that.
Yeah.
We'll cut away from that as you're quickly coming back to the judging. You do see Mr. Marbles is out there. It seems like he's more filling time, so y'all have a chance to get back. It's so we had a good crop of pies this year, as our judges had a hard time judging. As he's elongating his words, seeing you running up. But I think we have a clear winner based on the feedback that I have received from everybody. So please give a good round of applause to Miss Maisie. And everyone's oh, yay, yay. And he's yes, yes, I did it, I did it. Screw you, Marble, screw you, Marmalade. Ah! And I was oh. They get louder as they fan at
11
the
times,
boards, pounding up the music.
Screw you, Mark.
And it becomes an evening where everyone else starts sampling the pies of the general mousy public, either nodding in agreement or making their own choices. People dancing again, feasting on the evening meals. As the day only gets in the light more into a later afternoon, and you feel like you've been here for hours. And yet, based on the sun and just the shadows, it doesn't seem to have shifted much. But it just means a longer day of fun, right? So you take in the festivities. Miss Maisie does invite you back to her home, writes down a recipe as clear as she can with her mousy hand to offer for you all to take home. And along the way had scooped up that fallen pie and made a little pocket beside her door, kind of getting out with some of the mulch from the gardens, and brings Chris over. Is well, we're all meeting. We can eat out with you, but thought you should at least take advantage of it, right?
That is very kind. And Chris will stand in the hole, and little roots will pop out from their feet, and they will begin to compost the pie and the dirt. Oh, your soil is a bit acidic. You should try eggshells.
Oh.
But other than that, it is very good.
Maybe when a
You're
little
right. There are
heavy-handed 'cause
nutrients in the
blueberries.
pie.
Yeah. All right.
She's nestling in there.
Yeah.
Little, like
a good
oh,
6
yeah.
inches shorter because of how they have to step into the hole. But yeah, they are very at home. They do not understand that this is weird. So they are just living life.
Yep. And it is a very good sunny day life as you soak up that earth and the leftover pie that now belongs to the earth. Everyone else overly stuffed from sampling everything and trying everything and enjoying the warmth of the day. And we cut away now back into the wood, which our children will find their ways there again soon. But we see a porcelain toy in a ballerina outfit. She is testing out her limbs that were just freshly glued back together. She has a bit of a worried furrow to her face, looking down a path that she knew she sent some children down. And as she ponders what she's going to do, we see just behind her the creeping of the brambles as they slowly curl and twist, a bit of sap having leaked out from them onto the ground. And they just sort of curl very slowly as into the depths of the woods in the dark, the slow illuminating glow of 2 eyes start to focus in. We fade out to the sound of a cawing crow and the breaking a branch. And that will be our session for today.
Yay!
So before we officially end everything off, first we got some announcements before we introduce our cast here once again. So on Girls Runs These Worlds, as you know, Mondays through October, it will be us here playing Babe in the Woods in our Through the Brambles story, which you just saw part 1 of. So I hope you like it and you will come back. So join our little kids, Moth, Robin, Chrysanthemum, and next week, Trinket, who we alluded to, so you can make your guess on who that is, as they make way through the woods in this seasonal whimsy game. On Wednesdays, October 2nd at 2nd, 16th, and 30th, 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern, last trip to the Did Mall. It's a one last trip to the mall of their youth to say goodbye. And it's by choice, of course. They haven't been lured back by a mysterious hungry force for long lost memories, because it's just one last trip. A Kids on Bike miniseries, perfect for the season. And of course, a great mainstay with us, we have Roll for Luck Sparked, October 9th and 23rd from 8 to 11 p.m. The Sifix of Luck have been blown across dimensions and into deep space, where they are the new crew and not all the captives of a sentient ship. Join them for a final episode of the Orbital Blues adventure and see what comes next. There's so much more, so stay with me on Thursdays, 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern. Vancity by Moonlight, the magical girls of Fantasy Vancouver are drawing dangerously close to a web of secrets and the magical girls serial killer. Then, Saturday, October 12th, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, the Discordant Note finale. Our spirits have taken an incredible journey, and they've almost saved the afterlife. So join us until the final bell rings. And of course, if you are interested in running your games here or anything like that, apply, as we always have applications open. We do have one of our games open for application, our for the Devil's Dandy Dogs. In the Devil's Dandy Dogs, you are part of the Devil's Pack of Hellhounds, tasked with retrieving the souls of those who have bartered with their master. DDD is a collaborative world building game where the pack recounts their story of adventure and chaos while getting sidetracked by tasty canine treats. So that was a lot of words I said. I hope you paid attention. Otherwise, subscribe to our channel so you are notified when we are live with all of our shows. And with all those words for me, let our cast reintroduce themselves. And let's do order as before, starting with Rosie.
All right. Hello, I am Rosie, Sweet Rosie B, just about everywhere on the internet. Today I was Chrysanthemum, or Chris or Mom, or Chris, or any number of wonderful titles that they were given. You can find me tomorrow and on Sunday over on Siwa Pirates channel, where we'll be playing Where Gods Once Tread, our West March style campaign. I will be a player tomorrow and a DM on Sunday. On Saturday, over on the Misadventures League, we will be having our finale of Songs on the Wind, a Wander Home adventure. It has been absolutely lovely. Aside from that, I am a storyteller, performer, and producer for TTRPGs. You can find more information over on sweetrosieb.com, where I also have my portfolio for OC art and commission details.
Thank you, Rosie. Yuri?
Great, so hello again, everybody. Thank you for watching us. I'm super excited to be here, first time on the channel and first time playing this system. So it's really, really great. You can find me at Beauty and the Beast absolutely everywhere. For the next a week before we come back over here next Monday, on Wednesday, I will be over at Hampod playing Crushes and Cryptids, where we are a whole bunch of cryptids on a speed dating. So go check that out. And then on Saturday, I'll be over at the Ain't Got Crit channel for Philly by Night, a VTM adventure where I play a character who is very, very mean, and she is low-key a bitch. So if you wanted like something completely different from what Robin is, then that's where you would find it. And then that's it. I will also be next week having Hispanic Heritage Month one shots for masks over at Kate the Great Cosplay's channel. I believe it's called Don't Kill My Character. So that's going to be awesome. And then HampPod next Wednesday again, this time for another VTM one shot. The Golden Ghouls, where we will all be one of the Golden Girls, but vampires. And yeah, that's it for the time being. There's a lot of stuff coming later on in October, but you guys will find about that out later. Yeah, I had lots of fun. This was great.
Amazing stuff. All right. And Incha.
I'm Insha. I played our little kid, chaotic gremlin, Mothica or Moth. You can find me at Instagram with 2 eyes on Instagram, Night of the Fits on Twitter, and anywhere if you can find me. If you can find me, please say hi. I When I'm not here, I'm going to be on the Storytelling Collective Discord. I'm the program director over there. So if you have anything you want to do over there, or you just want to say hi, please let me know. I will say hi back, and I will get you to do cool stuff with us. And yeah, other than that, I'm going to be hitting deadlines. So again, author, cool person, learning how to write TTRPGs in my downtime and watching reality TV. Everybody watch Summer House. Please DM me about it. Thank you.
All right, amazing. And I'm Natalie. I've been our narrator for this game. Find me Ghost Candle most places on the internet, or Ghostly Candle on Twitch and YouTube. I am an artist and general variety person, so make sure you follow me and check out what I am up to. Wednesdays, you can find me on Zealzati, where we are playing a game of Sentai and Sensibility, which is basically Power Rangers in the Regency era. So if that tickles your fancy for either of those sets of media, come check us out. There's drama. We're about to do a kaiju fight this week, so let's see how we do. But that is, I believe, all we have. But stick around, as we are going to be rating Julie CL and say hi. Let them know where you came from and what. Maybe say something from if there was funny phase from our show. I'm losing words as one does.
Shout pie in the chat.
Shout pie.
There you go.
Thank you all for joining us. See you next week.